All right, so it is June 18th today. It's about 90 degrees, of course, which, you know, it is what it is. I have today off, so figured I'd make the best of it. Pretty much what I'm gonna be doing today is just my summer checklist, which is historically done in, you know, I usually do that around July or around July 4th, that weekend actually, when a lot of people are out of the woods and kind of more on the water in my area. But pretty much what it is just checking trail cameras, freshening up scrapes, you know, pulling cards, clearing cards, moving any excess, you know, debris or anything in front of the cameras, and on any prepped trees that I have. Nice thing about the area that I'm in right now is I did a majority of my scouting last season. This area is kind of newer to me. I moved here about 2 years ago. So the last 2 seasons were, you know, 80% just trying to figure out the lay of the land and kind of, you know, where the people are, and then staying away from them and figuring out different access routes and how I can utilize land better, essentially. So thankfully this year, all that kind of legwork is done for me. So all I'm gonna be doing today is just going into my spots. I actually have the cameras out year round here, you know, obviously with my name and number on them and everything like that. But I like to leave them out year round just because I can get that full picture, you know, of kind of how the deer use that area. Unfortunately, using cell cameras, the batteries die. However, with my cameras, you know, I think Stealth and Tacticam both do it. If the batteries die or don't have enough juice to send photos, they still take the photos. So a few years back this happened, my cameras died and I actually got photos for 3 more months. So I'm gonna be going in today, seeing if there's any photos on these cameras, obviously swapping batteries out, clearing the card, and then just getting them ready for this season, or at least until the start of season. Then I can, you know, obviously throw new batteries in or move them if need be. But just going through my checklist today, I have a couple scrapes here. I'm hitting 2 cameras right now. One is a chip camera on a scrape, kind of close to this axis here, and then I have a cell camera deeper in that I'm gonna be moving a little bit just to get better view of a spot, if that makes any sense. So it shouldn't be too long. Just like I said, gonna be doing my checklist, kind of showing you guys what I look for in my spots, how I set them up, kind of why they're set up the way they are, and different stuff like that. So here we go. About public land, I had a scrape right here in a licking branch, and I had a camera on that tree right about there, like 10 feet up, and they're both gone. So that's cool. Kind of a bummer because you can see there's quite a bit of traffic here, you know. Not that it really matters because it was past season anyways. It's kind of a bummer to see that that's stolen. But anyways, onto the cell cam, and hopefully that's not stolen, it's still there. We'll see. Okay, so one camera made it. Let's see if I can find it. Right there. I think you can see it. Anyways, one camera made it. The scrape did not. I wonder if that has anything to do with the ton of new ribbon that I'm seeing back here. You know, maybe there's a new guy in here that's not happy that there's a scraper camera in here. Anyways, we're gonna pull this camera, or chip anyways, and see if anything's on it, so. All right, don't mind all the ants, but missing anything there? Fun day today. yeah, we are probably going to, as much as I want to combat that, you know, and just throw a new card in there and put it on a different tree and hunt this spot, it really is not worth it to me. You know, if there's a guy in here that's like that, he's probably doing other illegal stuff too, so kind of a bummer to see that. I'm not sure when exactly he would have, or she, I guess, would have taken that. Yeah, kind of a bummer. I was kind of hoping to see what was on there. I know there is a very big buck in this area, and it's actually where I got, this camera is actually where I got that buck on camera. So I'll probably throw a photo of that on there, or overlay it with this. But yeah, kind of a bummer. Kind of throws a wrench in my plans today, especially since I don't have another card. So just gonna pull the camera, probably get all those ants off there. Yeah, kind of weird that people do that. He also, like I said, ripped my scrape's like right here. He ripped my licking branch off too, so weird to do that on public land, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, so I got the camera down. Since I'm here, I might as well kind of show you the setup kind of that I was dealing with here. Late season, this was more of a later season spot last year, which again is kind of where I got my target buck on camera. So you can see here, we're kind of looking at a junction here. We got a trail here, trail coming from here, and then obviously this main trail that runs through the whole thing, and with this nice overhanging branch right here. And depending on the wind, there was actually kind of a majority of trees that I could sit at. I sat there one day. I tried to sit in there, but those pine trees are just so extremely loud. And then I actually sat back up in here. Can't remember if it was that tree or if it was a tree further back one day as well, just because it was a little bit of a different wind. But kind of get the idea here. Unfortunately, obviously, my camera and chip were stolen from this spot, so I really don't know what went on post-season. I think they died in January, so kind of right at the end of season anyways. Another weird thing during rifle, obviously, you know, public land gets a lot more people during rifle, so I usually just don't hunt that week, and I kind of ignore the spots and try not to get too upset about pressure, because there's really nothing you can do. But I had a guy put a tree stand, some young kid, put a tree stand up in that tree. Some young kid, like I'm not 23, but some younger guy put a tree stand up there and was in here a lot later season. Don't know if it's that kid. I know also at this spot, whenever I park here, or whenever I would have a half day and get in here early, there'd be a guy that would do a burnout by my truck and honk his horn. So I'm gonna guess that it's probably the same guy, since people kind of act weird when there's big bucks in the area. Again, not much you can really do, but not really worth it to me. I had that buck on different spots anyways, more north of this property, earlier in the season anyways, and I know exactly where he'll be during rut, since I've been hunting this particular buck 2 seasons now, so I'm not too worried about it. Again, if people are going to act like that, you know, they're probably going to do other illegal stuff too, as well as baiting and you know, different things like that. So just going to pull out of this area for the time being. This is supposed to be kind of more of a checklist kind of video, turned into more of a, you know, a thief video, or finding out my cameras are stolen. Either way, kind of a bummer, but again, it's public land. Again, I'm gonna be making more videos like this here in the future. Just gonna be kind of videoing my hunting season, since it's pretty much all I do and all I think about. So again, just gonna be making more videos. If this is interesting at all to you guys, go ahead and subscribe or follow, or whatever they call it. And if you have any tips on not getting stuff stolen, definitely let me know. And then it quickly turned into so people didn't steal them. But again, if someone comes in with a climbing stick anyways, you know, they're gonna be able to reach my cameras. So if you guys have any tips, I really don't want to do any lock boxes or anything like that. Yeah, just probably got to hide my cameras a little bit better. I think that guy probably knew exactly where they were because my footprints in the snow last season. But either way, if you guys have any tips on not getting cameras stolen or cards, definitely let me know. Maybe I'll leave a note in here next time that says, please do not steal my stuff because I am broke. So either way, guys, kind of a shorter video, but thanks for watching.